in any given day, if I felt the bridge, I would be like, all right, I got the bridge. Slim may take the verse, Mike may take the hook, and we would just kind of we would add our components, and then once we presented it to everybody, I may add a little to what you had, he may add a little bit to what I had, and we had a really really nice formula. And then Duran and I started to doing things as like a songwriting production duo. We were able to do stuff outside of 112, but the 112 formula included all four of us. But then Duran and I started doing outside
Okay. I,
production.
when I think of groups that had that sort of formula, it's you think of U2, Coldplay, that REM.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
made it sure that look, you know what, if we all write, if we all take part of it, we all get credit, it adds to longevity because there isn't this sense of, oh, you're writing all the stuff and making all the money. And I'm sure when you guys started, you weren't thinking, man, if I write a little bit more, I get more percentage of my publishing. Was that in the mind, or was it just let's just make great music and no one thought about those things?
In the beginning, it was just, yo, we want to just make great music. And what I do represents 112, what you do represent 112. And we want to present the best version of ourselves with the gifts and the talent that we have. At that point, it didn't matter who did what. It was a representation of all four of us.
Yeah. Coming from a sort of Christian background, how did fame and success impact you? Or was it were there challenges?
Absolutely, absolutely challenges. This industry is, I believe, is designed to get you to swing at bad pitches. Uh, if you play baseball, it's very rare that you just gonna get pitches thrown at you straight down the middle and at a
Mm,
speed that in which you can hit it, right?
yeah.
And so I think this industry is designed to throw curveballs, sliders, off
Wow.
speed pitches, all of those things to get you to swing at them. And so yeah, there are going to be challenges, especially when you come from a sheltered
Mm,
Christian background where you haven't really experienced a whole lot. You haven't had the room to even expand your ideology or anything like that. And so now given that freedom, that access, you have a little fame and notoriety, and you're still a teenager, you haven't really started to process life as an adult by yourself, then yes, there are challenges. But I'm grateful that we had quote unquote chaperones and management around us during those times that sheltered and covered us and protected us in a lot of ways. And then, we all had praying grandmamas.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it must be hard because, when I spoke with Mr. Dalvin of Jodeci, he's, for 1 minute they're hustling to get to New York, and the next minute they're in front of, the Durham fans, and you don't, no one's teaching you how to manage your money. No one's teaching you the industry, and that's how you can easily get taken advantage of and being pulled this and that direction. Um, but for yourself, though, because you were saying you couldn't even listen to secular music back in the day. Now you're you're on Bad Boy, you're singing and doing all this stuff. How did your parents sort of did they just say, "Oh, you're making money, that's okay, kids"? Oh, how did they manage that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. It was quite the contrary to that. It was a total opposite of that. My parents didn't want me to do it. My church family shunned me and
Wow.
had not the nicest things to say. It was a bad time for a teenager to be making that type of a decision, especially when all I've known at that time is my church family. And growing up Kojic, my church was a small church, so everybody knew each other. Everybody was
Mm,
kind of family. And then when I made the decision to pursue the record deal, those people that were family were whispering now, and so it wasn't the greatest of seasons for me. But again, I still give my parents grace too because it was new to them. They
yeah.
didn't understand. No one in the family had any type of experience in this, and so they were just only trying to protect their baby. I'm the youngest of four, so they were just trying
Wow.
to protect their baby. we surely can't just allow you as a teenager to go live in New York, this big apple, and all the things that we hear about the big city. And so they were doing all that they could to protect their baby. But at some point, I said to my parents, "This is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it whether you give me your graces or not."
Oh, oh,
Fortunately, they eventually came around because the type of music that we were making wasn't anything that was detrimental to society, or
yeah.
it was R&B music. And again, my mother loved R&B music. She just was a church woman.
Yeah.
And so and so once we started to achieve some success and make a little bit of money, it made people and everybody lighten up a little bit on this wasn't such a bad idea after all.
Yeah. But then does it put pressure on you to not live like a saint, but be mindful of the temptations of the music industry?
I would say it didn't, because once my mind was made up, I was putting every foot forward. But again, putting every foot forward, I never forgot the foundation in which I was raised.
Yeah.
My mom and dad did an amazing job in my community because I grew up in the era where the village did raise the child. And
Okay.
so they did an amazing job pouring into me values and more and core principles. Now, again, as a youth, you still gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna try things, and you're still gonna do things that may not be the benefit for you. But I'm blessed to be able to still say that I had no heavy hangups. Um, I'm not strung out. I'm not depressed. I'm not. So I like to think that I did a pretty good job navigating success and fame at such a young age.
Yeah. I think eventually I'm going to get onto Q's summer music camp for your
Uh-huh.
13 to 17, because I guess it probably speaks to why you have that foundation because of your own experience and how you're raised. I think the
Yeah.
question others would have is, I don't think there's a formal school of understanding the music business for teenagers getting signing record deals.
Mm.
On reflection, when you think about times there, what could have been done differently for each of you, especially, from what your upbringing and trying to understand how the business works and not just singing and making music for other people to make money off of.
Well, the first thing is just understanding that it's a business, and in any business, there's somebody on the top level, there's somebody on the bottom level. Obviously, the higher you go up, the more of the lion's share you are able to receive and retain. And so, I don't necessarily approach that question from a what could I have done differently, because I believe everything that you go through prepares you for where you are currently.
Mm.
I don't know that if I had an easier road, that I would feel compelled to have a foundation that teaches and nurtures the next generation. Who knows if we had not gone through some of the things that we went through, what type of artists, what type of music we would have been able to make. And so I don't ever say what I wish could have happened. I receive all that did happen, and then it's up to me to decide how I want to allow that to affect me. Now, I do think that as you enter the industry, there should be a like a players union or so,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that gives you like an introductory
Mm.
course on what to expect. There is none, and so this is why I do what I do.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us,
on which I did miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay, you're okay.
they don't understand what Jodeci boys are winning all spirits.
Play it.
And all these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.